So welcome back to another episode of MLB 17, the show Red Sox franchise mode, and today we'll be covering game number 23 to game number 25 against the former World Series champion Chicago Cubs. Currently they have a record 13-8 and our record is 9-13. So as you guys know, or as you guys follow this series, that I'm kind of struggling in the past two series against Baltimore Orioles and New York Yankees. The past 7 or 6 games they have swept us consecutively. So we are in a very bad, a cold slump so far. So Rick Porcello is going to start us off at the mound for the Red Sox. And here's the lineup: Mookie Betts, Andrew Benintendi, Hanley Ramirez, Mitch Moore, Sander Bogarts, Chris Young, Christian Vasquez, Josh Rutledge, and Devin Marrero. So here's the former Red Sox pitcher, starting pitcher, the beast himself, John Lester. So far, got 4 starts with a record 1-1, and his ERA is 1.61. Not a bad start for John Lester this season. So here's the lineup for the Chicago Cubs: John Jay, Jason Hayward, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Kyle Schwarber, Javier Baez, and that's it. So Porcello is having one of the best starts so far in this season. He strikes out Chris Bryant, also Schwarber. So unfortunately, Schwarber last year, I think 2 years ago, he had a torn ACL, which kept him out in the 2015 season. I'm pretty sure if he did not get injured, probably it will achieve the dream of Back to the Future, the film. But unfortunately, they were beaten in before the World Series. But fortunately, last year they are good enough, qualified enough to win the World Series, which makes them well, I'm pretty sure they haven't won the World Series for a long time, probably a century ago. But after last season, they're just fantastic. And right here, Christian Vasquez tag Schwarber out to prevent a run. So Christian Vasquez hits one to the monster. So Sander Bogarts is going to score, which move up the runners at third, and it makes it 1-0 for the Red Sox here. Josh Rutledge with men on second and third. He hits a ground ball up to the middle for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Christian Vasquez is going to be safe at home safely, and the score is 3-0. So in the top of the 6th inning, right here, Anthony Rizzo hits a no-doubt homer to the bullpen for a home run. A very good contact hit by him. That's the 5th home run of the season for him, and the ball travels 429 feet. He puts a lot of power into it. Look at that once again. The ball did not break at all. It stays in the middle. So Anthony Rizzo is capable of hitting that kind of vulnerable pitch to the pitcher. And now the score is still Red Sox leading 3-1. So here's Sander Bogarts having a mediocre game so far. He got 1 hit, but here he hits a high fly ball to left field over the monster for a home run, and he extends the lead to 4-1. That's the 2nd home run of the season for Sander Bogarts. The ball travels 341 feet far, and look at that once again. The ball stays up high, and he is doing a good job to stay the bat up high as well. So in the bottom 9th inning, he's Craig Kimbrell. Recently, he is not having the best of his career so far, blowing 1 save and had a loss. But here he is able to make that last out, and Red Sox wins and takes the series, the first game of the series, 4-1. And Rick Porcello is the player of the game. He pitched 7 innings, allowed 6 hits, allowed 1 earned run, gave up 1 walk, and he struck out 6. And John Lester got his 2nd loss of the season, pitching So right here, we're going to take Game 2 of the series against Chicago Cubs. So just now we beat them 4-1. Not a bad game. A very good pitching performance by Rick Porcello. So right here you can see both the best player from each team, Mookie Betts, and also the pitcher, Kyle Hendricks. So Eduardo Rodriguez is going to take the mound. That's his 5th start of the season. So far his record is 2-1 with an ERA 3.86. So I expected his ERA is a little bit lower than I expected, but still a very effective pitcher. Here's Kyle Hendricks. Again, his 5th start. His record is 2-0 with an ERA of 3.12. Here's the lineup for the both sides. So for the Chicago Cubs, John Jay is going to lead us off. Javier Baez, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Kyle Schwarber, Ben Sombras, Wilson Contreras, Edison Russell, Jason Hayward. So here's for the Red Sox, Mookie Betts, Clint Hart, Henry Ramirez, Mitch Moreland, Sander Bogaerts, Chris Young, Sandy Leon, Marco Hernandez, and also Brock Holt. And Kyle Hendricks having one of the best starts so far in this season. Clint Hart grounds one, a double play to Anthony Rizzo. So that's a twin killing for him in the 1st inning. And so for right here, Henry Ramirez lines one to the left fielder, and Schwarber is right there to make a full extension dive and catch. Look at that once again, a very well timed jump and also a very good landing as well. Fortunately, this time he didn't get injured like his last time. Here's Chris Young, check swing for the 1st out, and Sandy Leon got strikeout with a single up high of the zone, and Brock Holt pops one high up into Edison Russell for the 1st out. And right here, Henry Ramirez grounds one, a chopper to Chris Bryant. He tags Mookie Betts and throws out Henry Ramirez for a twinkling. Mitch Moreland grounds one to the 1st baseman, and right here, Sander Bogaerts grounds one to Edison Russell for the 3rd out. Christian goes down again for the 2nd out. Brock Holt is going to get strikeout apparently, but a wild pitch by Hendricks, which moves up Marco Hernandez at 2nd. So Clint Hart once again with man on 2nd with 2 outs. He's going to grounds one hard to Anthony Rizzo to end the inning. Henry Ramirez with an ugly swing right there, and Sander Bogaerts grounds one to Chris Bryant, throws him out for the 3rd out to end the inning. So at the top of the 8th inning, Chris Bryant is going to hit one towards the gap with a hit-and-run situation. So Baez is going to score from 1st. A very well executed bat by Chris Bryant, the rookie. And right here, Anthony Rizzo lines one above Brock Holt for a base hit. Chris Bryant is going to score from 2nd. It makes it 2-0 for the Chicago Cubs. And Brock Holt is going to lines one. It hits a ground ball to Edison Russell for the 3rd out of the 8th inning. So the Red Sox is not having a better game in this one. So right here, Wade Davis is going to get Mitch Moreland grounds out to Baez for the 3rd out, and that's it for the Game 2 of the series against Chicago Cubs. They're pitching out well so far for both teams. We have great pitching performance again, but of course Kyle Hendricks is the better one out of all against Eduardo Rodriguez. Well, Eduardo Rodriguez not bad, allowing 6 hits and 2 earned runs, with 9 strikes out. But turns out Kyle Hendricks wins in the last inning in this game. But right here, as you guys can see that we are up 4-0 without any highlights. But unfortunately, I didn't record that. To my memory, I believe Andrew Benintendi hits a home run and a couple of RBIs right after him. So now we are taking 5-0 lead. But right here, Edison Russell is going to hit a home run, a 2-run home run, right over the monster for the 2 runs. That's a third home run for him, traveling 340 feet far with knuckleballer Stephen Wright on the mound. Look at that once again. That's no doubt. That's no doubt once again. And so far the score is 5-2, I believe. Yes, it's right. 5-2. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. with man on third. Marco Hernandez on third. He is going to score. That's a RBI single for Jackie Bradley Jr. So man on third, and Jason Haywood lines one to the monster. Andrew Benintendi couldn't catch that. Runners from third is going to score. Jason Haywood with an RBI double. So, but the Red Sox is still taking the 6-3 lead, and Javier Baez is going to hit one over the right field wall for a solo home run. Magnificent comeback by the Chicago Cubs. That's a solo home run for Javier Baez, and that's the 4th home run for him. Another no doubt home run. Stephen Wright, his home run with home run per inning ratio is pretty bad, especially in this game. Jackie Bradley Jr. delivers another single towards the middle for a base hit. But this time, Andrew Benintendi is going to score. Hanley Ramirez stays at third, leaving man on first and second. And Sander Bogarts going to hit one, a high fly ball to center field. Hanley Ramirez going tags. He is going to score pretty easily. And the Red Sox extends the lead to 8-4. So Sandy Leon, man on second, he is going to lines one, a flare to the left center field. Jackie Bradley Jr. is going to score. The score is now 9-4. The Red Sox is having a very good offensive night. So the 7th inning, Brock Cole is going to lines one down the line, rolling up to the right field corner. Benintendi is going to score from first. Excuse me, that was Marco Hernandez. That is not Andrew Benintendi. Even though they have the same rated in terms of speed, as Brocco once again delivers an RBI single towards the middle. Josh Rutledge is going to score from second, and the Red Sox is so far now is 11-4 for the Red Sox, and Joe Kelly is going to close one down, but fortunately Jason Haywood lines one to the third baseman Josh Rutledge for the last out. So Andrew Benintendi is having a good game, despite didn't really have a lot of RBIs. But according to my memory, I believe that in this game he didn't have a home run, but he had 4 doubles. He went 4 for 5. And Stephen Wright is going to take the win. He pitched 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 4 Ks. Not a bad starting job for Stephen Wright, but John Lackey, the former Red Sox, once again is going to take that loss. He only pitched 3 and 1 out inning. So that's the end of the month's team statistic. We beat every team in terms of batting average, but when it comes to home runs and RBIs, we are pretty far behind. It's not because I can't hit, it's just that I think the mode that I'm playing is a little bit different from you guys. Probably I'm using analog sticks, so it's hard to get a home run. So that's it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.